I can think of no better way to start off the 2026 year than with a Dead Unlocked exclusive leak. Hey everyone, this is Connor here at Dead Unlocked, and that's right, today we actually have an in-game image of one of the new heroes coming in the January update that has not been shared anywhere else prior, so you're getting it here first. I want to talk about that, some other leaks that I've seen, and then recap some of the recent balance updates coming to Deadlock. Very quickly before we get to the news, I just want to note that in 2026, we're going to be trying to increase the output here on the channel, trying to get closer to 3 to 5 videos a week than whatever we've done in 2025. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I think about 90% of people or so that watch our videos are not subscribed. Please do so. There's going to be a lot of news in 2026 as it relates to Deadlock, so we really want to be a hub for it here. So if you don't want to miss anything, if you want to see our posts, everywhere in between, make sure to subscribe. But let's get right on to the news. All right, today we've got a really exciting leak that, like I said, we're sharing for the first time here at Dead Unlocked. A trusted source that would like to remain anonymous has actually shared with me the in-game portrait image for Pepper. This is the unicorn hero that is going to be coming to Deadlock presumably in the January update alongside the other heroes. We just covered this in our most recent video on the channel. Check it out if you haven't yet. But we hadn't seen any in-game images of Pepper yet, same with Silver. And so we had an art rendition of the hero and a couple other things, but really not much else to go off of. But now, and I'll put it on screen for you all to take a look at, we have our first, like I said, in-game image of the portrait for Pepper, so we can really see, all you can really see here is the pink hair, what looks to be a unicorn horn, some kind of like choker necklace, or some at least like kind of frills in the neck area, blush, and a lot of really great makeup on this character. So you've got the high eyebrow arch there, an inquisitive eyebrow raise. You've got some great mascara, lipstick, all this on the character. This really doesn't give us much. It really is just a snippet, but it is really cool to finally have an in-game image to look at for Pepper. A lot of times when I'm covering stuff and I haven't seen what this hero looks like in-game, it makes it very hard for me to talk about them. So hopefully this gets you all really stoked for this hero. Like I said, it's not much. I wish I had more to share, and we probably will have more to share in the coming weeks, but nonetheless, this is Pepper's in-game portrait on the hero select screen. Get stoked. But let's look at a couple other updates we have to talk about here as well. Outside of the Pepper image, we've also got a great, the little thread here from Minesweeper on X. I want to kind of quickly read through. This gives us a good picture of where the update's at, and another cool little nugget that we're going to be seeing in the shrines, actually. So let's get into this. So, update is very close to being finished. It almost made the cut in December. Patron animation are still being worked on. In parentheses, the giant ghost is only the version that exists now, and kits are being balanced for the new heroes. Animations, icons, VA were nearly wrapped in December. Art pass for the entire map looks really good. All of the interiors are furnished, including subways. Exteriors are also crazy overhauled. Lighting is totally different. The game looks good enough now to the point where you could call it 1.0, but knowing Valve, they want a more complete product before shipping an open beta. That's what Minesweeper says there. He goes on in the post here. I'm going to talk about all this afterwards, but he goes on here, and this is all on December 29th, by the way. Base layouts are completely different too. Shrines are also on their own large platforms that are pretty high in the air. These box trucks are also now open and have a veil on them, so they function the same as juke closets. It shows a semi there as well. It's really cool. No idea if this stuff is going to make it because the two bases never have the same design. Not sure if this means they intend to have asymmetry or if they are just testing different layouts and then mirroring them to both, whichever they choose to roll with. So a lot here from Minesweeper. Appreciate the post, Minesweeper. And there's a lot to go through. We'll go top to bottom here. Yeah, very close to finished. I've seen some kind of in-game images of some of these patron ghosts that he's talking about here, and that really does look compelling, but makes sense that it's not quite done. I can also personally verify some of the art pass claims that are being made here. I've covered this in other videos as well. This is actually one of the only other kind of exclusive leaks that we had at the time, was that there was a massive art pass happening around the map. I can confirm what Minesweeper's saying here, that the interiors are furnished, including subways. I've not seen every interior, but I've seen several, and they do look really incredible. I'm telling you all, the map is going to be ear-recognizable. It's so cool. Exteriors also overhauled, and lighting is totally different. This is also a point that I don't know if I made it in a previous video, but the lighting around the map is going to totally change. I don't know how you would describe the lighting now, but it's different. It doesn't necessarily affect like how all of the buildings look, but it's just going to feel quite a bit different. A lot of the elements that you're used to around the map are going to be changing, so buckle up and get ready for those. Then he goes around to say the base layouts are completely different too, shrines on their own platforms. I'm really excited about these box trucks that you can hop into and juke into. It's going to be like a way when, if your whole team basically goes and gets shrines, maybe downs patron and then goes to leave. Maybe you hide in a truck for like a backdoor opportunity. There's just going to be a lot of really cool playmaking capabilities with these trucks and with the new bases. So very excited to see how these finally pan out. But yeah, like he says at the end here, this is very work in progress. We don't know if this is going to be the exact state, like the asymmetry, or if they're just trying 2 different base designs out and they intend to roll with one. Either way, it's going to be a ton as far as what's going on around the map. Obviously, we've covered the new heroes as well, but the map changes shouldn't be slept on and are personally my most excited thing about the January update. The final leak we'll get to before addressing some of the updates that have come through is this behind the back image of Venator. This one could be AI. It looks real though, and it has a lot of the new fonts, and it certainly looks like it could be legitimate, so this might be how Venator looks in the game. We've got his crossbow that looks exciting, we've got his blunderbuss, the rest of him looks as he has in the past, so take this one with a grain of salt, but in any case, wanted to make sure I showed you all this image. It looks super compelling, so we'll be very interested to see if this is how Venator looks in the game. But that's all the kind of latest leaks we have as far as, things that haven't been released yet to the game. Let's talk about now some of the things that have come across the pipeline in just the last couple days in Deadlock. So for those that are unaware, Deadlock actually released 2 balance patches, kind of one proper balance patch and then a hot fix to that on December, I think it was 29th and 30th. And then obviously Deadlock had a really, really cool New Year's Eve event in the game where they showed live fireworks right at midnight. It was this really cool thing. I didn't actually get to see it in game. I saw that Dead Air posted a video of just the fireworks, so shout out Dead Air. Really appreciate you all providing that. But what a really cool thing for Deadlock devs to do. Not only to just kind of celebrate 2025 being this historic year for Deadlock, but also for them to kind of signal to the community, hey, we're thankful for you, we want to celebrate this time in the game, and we're also showing that we have a real energy and commitment to this game in 2026. I mean, this is not something that I saw in CSGO or Dota. Like, I don't know if those games did New Year's Eve events, maybe I'm just ignorant to that, but in any case, it's a really cool kind of tip of the hat from Valve saying, we see you all, we're appreciative of you, and so here's this cool event for you all in the game. But like I said, prior to that, there were a couple balance updates. I'll put those on. I'll put the changes that were made on screen. But basically, this is one of the rare updates where if you see a hero's name on screen, they were actually probably buffed. I feel like it's been a lot of nerfs being rolled out prior to this, but this one was actually pretty positive for most heroes. I know in the hotfix, McGinnis's healing was nerfed. I think Toxic Bullets was also nerfed, but I think most other folks got buffs in this one. So be sure to check those out. These are probably just the last bit of updates that are going to come to the live version prior to the big January update. So we will obviously have to wait and see if we get more before then. But in any case, that is kind of the last few days of updates within Deadlock. Otherwise, I genuinely just want to end this video with a little bit of gratitude to the community. 2025 has meant so much to me, obviously, with starting this channel and being able to see its rise. And I'm just very genuinely excited for 2026. It feels like this is just a rare year of opportunity, and I'm going into it with so much ambition and so much optimism about Deadlock and kind of how I'm hoping that we can find our way into its community and provide value for Deadlock players. So I'm very thankful for you all as viewers. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate if you view, even if you're not a subscriber, if you're not a member, however you interact with the channel, I always appreciate that. So as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve, and I hope 2026 is an amazing year for you. And from our house to yours, we'll see you all next time here at Dead Unlocked.